I have a question. Is the Le Pliage worth it in 2025? Let's say I theoretically decided to take a very short trip to Europe for 8 nights. That's oddly specific. Could I fit everything I needed in my Le Pliage? Okay, first we have an ultralight down winter coat. I would never ever try to put this in there without some sort of constraint. So sorry, this looks pretty ugly. So we would try to stuff it inside this little bag that I have for a rain jacket that I have. So let's see, can we squeeze her in? This is like the equivalent of a packing cube for me. Yeah. Take note, she rolls up nice and tight. Yeah, I still love these Uniqlo style ultralight down jackets. This one isn't by Uniqlo, and I did go to Uniqlo recently, and I think they've changed them. I don't think they're as good as they used to be. I think they're not really making the down jackets so much anymore, or at least they're focusing the attention on different ranges. But I would definitely recommend that if you have one of these ultralight down jackets, or you can get your hands on one, hold on to it. Because these will not be around forever. Ah, look at that. Nice and compact. And when I pack, even in a tiny bag like this, we put the big, bulky, heavy things down the bottom. So I've also got a pair of lightweight sandals, and this here camera. The camera is actually filming as we speak, but there's a sock inside my camera case pretending to be my camera. So we'll start with those things. We've got a cap. It's a weird shape, so we'll also pop that down the bottom. A bag representing underwear. There's 3 pairs of socks and some other things in there. And we do have a bag to represent toiletries. Do we even need to do the clear bag thing anymore at the airport? I don't know. I don't think that's a thing anymore. We'll put those in right at the end. A sweater, roll it up nice and tight. A skirt. We've got an extra sweater / a long sleeve top for our complex Australia to Europe transit needs. Australia to anywhere, let's be real. A basic white tee, a pair of ornate shorts, and a matching shirt. Stained by the streets of Naxos. Okay, what we have here are a black cami, a black pair of leggings, a white pair of cotton pants, and a tiny little white v-neck top. And these things obviously need to go in there, but this is the point at which I would do some more bulky things like the underwear and the toiletries. I would sort of stick them in the top there. Now, as you can see, oh, it's getting tough to zip up, but we are able to zip it up. So these things must represent the total weight or size of things that I would wear on transit days, whether that be, you know, on an airplane or a train. Basically, this would have to be the bulk of what gets worn on my body, which is fine. We've made space for that because everything we have packed in here for this theoretical trip is the whole of everything we're bringing along. So that means the jacket is definitely coming along to be worn on the plane, as well as the cashmere turtleneck and the leggings. All of those things are for transit. So if we can get the bulkiest things in there and still have a little bit left out, that's totally fine. what that essentially means is that it can be done. And worst case scenario, if something gets added to the luggage, but we wouldn't be doing that, would we? We wouldn't go shopping in a foreign country, would we? But theoretically, let's just say we did. I mean, is it perfect that it can't be shut? It can't be zipped up? No, but in a desperate moment, we'll be fine. In a desperate moment, we would be fine. So I bought my Le Pliage a couple of years ago. Here's what I said in my initial review of the bag. I bought this little honey, an Australian website called The Iconic. Oh, she's perfect. No, I'm kidding. But Le Pliage, I think it means fold in French. Oh. Ah, okay. I was worried the large would be too large, but I think she's a good size. You've got the raw leather. The handle is built in, you can't take it off. It's not removable. You can fold it up like an envelope and store it that way. So I guess this range is called green because it's got these little neon green bits. Inside it's black. Black as my soul. It's a very smooth nylon inside, more slippery than the stuff on the outside, which is actually very thick and has a nice texture inside also. There is a pocket scissors. Oh, recycled textile, huh? Trimmed with cowhide. To maintain your product, apply with a soft brunch. A brunch. Someone's hungry. Clean the whole lining using a cloth or a soft brush with water and neutral soap. Avoid water spilling over leather parts when cleaning. So she's very simple. She is but a convenient receptacle. It's kind of flat on the side like this, but when you open it and fill it, there is a bottom, no little feet. So, my friend, the bag cost me 275 AUDs, and it is called Le Pliage Green Shoulder Tote Bag Large.
Port of Athens, they assured me that it has no problem to be down at 6:30 because they're working at yes, actually no. It's up until the last sender from the down, the Port of Athens is the 10. They told you 10 to worry about it. I will fix it. They have informed, they will find a way to clean the enjoy yourself. Don't have this in mind.
Now, I haven't used this bag a huge amount over the last couple of years since then. I've mainly used it for weekend getaways. I am not using this by any means as a day bag as I used to. When I had my original Le Pliage bag back in, I don't know, 2011, that was my actual day bag. I had a job where I needed lots of stuff and I needed to carry that stuff with me. And so I used it back then as a day bag, and it did get worn out quite aggressively because of that. But since I've been using it for just weekend getaways, I have to say that it is still in really great condition. Like, there is no damage to it whatsoever. Maybe it could do with a little bit of a clean. There definitely is some very minor staining on some areas of the bag, but generally speaking, everything's holding up. So there were a few little imperfections that I noticed when I first got the bag. I just wanted to test her out just to see, you know, if there are any major issues that arise or if I can see any problems with her before I, you know, commit to her. The one challenge that I can see, I am one of those people who are always opening their bag, taking things out, putting things back in. It is a little bit fussy undoing the zip and undoing the little... Dealing with the zip and then the clasp closure on top of that is quite frustrating. I guess my remedy for that would be just to leave the clasp undone, have it sitting there looking like it's done up when I'm using it. Now, obviously, I cannot comment today on the wear and tear of this particular bag. I can only go on what I've seen so far. And well, so far it seems fine. There are a few loose threads on the inside around the zip, but aside from that, generally speaking, the quality seems pretty good. The stitching still seems pretty nice, but I will say that due to my past experience with the corners wearing away at the bottom, I will definitely try to be mindful of that. I mean, I'm not really sure what you can do other than not overpack it and try not to stretch the bag out too excessively, which I guess is something I definitely would have done in the past, knowing my MO. Something I forgot to mention earlier is it matches my luggage, which is, I guess, a really big factor for me. None of those issues have become exasperated. None of them have become problems. Nothing's pulled more, you know, nothing's coming apart. Nothing's really worn away. So I'm really happy to report that for the price that I paid for it, I think the value was quite good. I mean, I paid under 300 Australian dollars for the bag, and it's just so handy. And it's definitely served a purpose that my small suitcase couldn't have, and that is the convenience of being able to just pack, you know, a weekend's worth of stuff in it and just drive away with it. So it has had a specific use. I have a question. Is the Le Pliage worth it in 2025? I am responding to this based completely on my own experience of a bag that I got just recently, relatively recently. Keeping in mind that I haven't read any reviews of anyone who sort of purchased the bag recently, this is what I would say to you. If you purchase your handbag from the Le Pliage website or any of the resellers of the brand, you unbox that bag, make sure that you have a good look at it, make sure that none of the corners are fraying, make sure that there's no tiny little holes, make sure that there aren't too many loose threads, look at the condition of the leather, look at the quality of the leather. Now, if you think that the quality is pretty good, then I would suspect that you'll probably feel the same way that I do about the bag. It's still a good bag to purchase in 2025. However, of course, a disclaimer, if you receive your bag and it is not in the condition you expect it to be, then definitely send it back immediately and let us know in the comments that maybe the quality isn't quite as high or consistent as it used to be. But as far as I know, based on my recent experience, I think the bag is definitely still worth buying in 2025. Now, in terms of the specific bag that I have, I tried to look for it online and I could not find the exact model that I purchased a couple years ago, but their style is still there, the shape is still there. So if you search for the PLIAGE tote, I found it on the LONGCHAMP website and the price has not changed much. I mean, I think I purchased mine for just under 300 Australian dollars. It still sells for just under $300. Honestly, considering how much everything else has gone up in the last couple of years, I think it's retained its value quite well. I did find this range on the LONGCHAMP website, and if I were to get one today, I would probably get one with a brown finish because I'm not completely against earth tones anymore. And I think I would go with this color called Celadon. I hope I'm saying that right. It's really beautiful, and while realistically it doesn't go with just about anything that I own aside from maybe white sneakers, I don't know, it just speaks to me. This is the color I think I would get in 2025. Please check these out on the website and tell me which color you think you would get. Tell me which color you like. Generally, I would say that the vibe of the bag is still as it was a couple of years ago. And if you are looking for this kind of a bag that you just have, that you store for these weekend occasions, or maybe, you know, a few days longer than that, something really easy, no fuss. And I have not mentioned this. Is that a bird migration? Now, another thing I have not mentioned in this video is that it is the perfect bag to bring with you when you are traveling with a carry-on suitcase. So for example, let's just say you are going away for a couple of weeks and you just want to bring your carry-on, but you're just a little bit worried about a few things. For example, you're worried that you might buy something and you might need extra space. Or maybe you're concerned that while you are traveling with a carry-on, it's pretty heavy and you would actually prefer to check that in and have something smaller with you on the plane, which is what I did the last time I went to Europe with this bag. Then definitely get this bag. Give it a go because it's so great for those purposes. However, if you are looking for a day bag that you're going to carry with you every single day to the office, I'm not 100% sure that it's the most resilient option. As I said to you, the corners frayed on mine. Now, to be fair, I wore my bag a lot. I used it a lot. So maybe if it was a situation where you had 2 or 3 different colors to choose from, or some other bags to choose from, and you wore it like twice a week rather than 5 or 6 days a week, then that would probably be okay. But do keep in mind, if you're going to buy something that's nylon, it's not made of leather, it's not a resilient fiber in the same way that a thick leather would be, then maybe it's not the exact kind of bag that you need for the purpose that you want it for.
Enjoy yourself. Don't have this in mind. Oh my God, it's awful. That's down. Oh, you want one with okay.
Now, if you are enjoying this video and would like to see more from me, then I would love for you to consider joining my beautiful Patreon community. My Patreon community is a big part of how I'm able to make a living here on YouTube. And because I appreciate the Patreon community's contribution so much to my work, I often give them the opportunity to decide what kind of work I create, whether it be over on Patreon or over here. I post a new video in the Patreon community every Monday and have been doing so since 2017. So as soon as you subscribe, you get access to hundreds of videos that I've posted over many years. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I'll chat with you soon. Bye.
Aí que a gente começa a passar mais devagar. Ali que deixa eu fazer o celular, mas a gente vem com ele, só pra gente